Sure. Did you know that Group C2 cars were known for their incredible lightweight design and often used unconventional materials to keep their weight down? It's like they were the fashionistas of racing but for cars instead of clothing. They might not have been the fastest overall, but they sure knew how to make an impression with their agility and style on the track. Hey everyone! If you haven't picked your car yet, now's the time to do it before the clock runs out. Don't miss your chance to see which AI car will race to victory. Hurry up and make your selection. Wow, this is a battle of vintage legends for sure. The 1982 Ford C100 has a classic vibe and should be pretty nimble, but the 1985 Sauber SHSS-C6 is known for its handling and speed. Honestly, I'd say it's a close call, but I'm leaning towards the Sauber because of its sharp cornering abilities. That said, don't count out the Ford, sometimes the old-school charm can surprise us all. Let's see which one roars to victory on Sonoma. Alright everyone, the race is kicking off at Sonoma, and leading the pack is the Group C2 car. Bought the Betty White Show. In that vintage 1985 WMP 83. Looks like a blast from the past up front. The race kicks off with the Betty White Show leading the pack, followed closely by Kitten in second, and Nyarlathotep 98 in third. Looks like a pretty sweet start for the top three. Cheryl Nizarosis is making a nice climb up the field, overtaking 3 cars to land in 26th place. Kitten is holding on to the lead, inching further ahead. Stankit is also on the move, climbing to 3rd place. Frankenbalz is on the move, climbing up to 15th place after overtaking 3 cars. Frankie is making a small gain to 5th place. Frankie and Nyarlathotep 98 are locked in a close fight for 4th. The Betty White Show takes the lead from the current top spot. Kitten is right behind, making it a close fight for 1st. Kitten Fee advances 1 position to 16. Kitten is now in 1st place. Stankit has moved up to 2nd. Bleachmepsi is climbing to 6th. The race is heating up. Nyarlathotep 98 is climbing up to 3rd place. Itsuro is now in 10th. Roses and Cloudy are nose-to-nose fighting for 24th. The Betty White Show is climbing to 3rd place. Zaprandigan is making a move to 20th. Roses is pushing to 24th. Sufik is closing in on Gemaster Thagaman 1000, the gap shrinking by a second and a bit. Roses just climbed 1 spot to 23rd. Rondom 69 and Cheryl Nizarosis are nose-to-nose for 23rd place. Frankie and Nyarlathotep 98 are nose-to-nose for 4th place. Marty Freeze and Cloudy are locked in a close fight for 25th. Vagrant Enchanter is climbing up 1 spot to 28th. Stankit is now in 1st place. The Betty White Show is gaining on Kitten, closing the gap by over a second. Just Panchakis has moved up to the 18th position. Bleachmepsi is climbing up to 5th place. Nyarlathotep 98 and Bleachmepsi are locked in a close fight for 4th. Vagrant Enchanter is making a move, now in 28th. Nyarlathotep 988 is climbing up to 3rd place. Frankie is also moving up to 5th. Bleachmepsi and Frankie are nose-to-nose for 5th place. Kitten Fee is driving a 1994 Mercedes C180D. Their race seems to be a disaster with the slowest lap time by far and no real chance of catching up. Marty Freeze is inching closer to Rondom 69, the gap shrinking fast. Iconic Odd is also closing in on Cloudy, not letting them breathe. Frankenbuzz is driving a Mercedes 190E Evo 2 from 1990. Their race looks rough, with the slowest lap among the retro DTM group and a position near the back. Bleach Mepsi is holding on to 4th place, but the Betty White show is applying pressure. Laura Biolab and Maya are nose-to-nose for 10th place. This is getting interesting. Bleach Mepsi is climbing to 4th place. Random 69 is now 23rd. Marty Freeze is right behind Random 69, also aiming for 23rd. Looks like a close fight between Rondon 69 and Marty Freeze for that 23rd spot. Itzarar is in 9th place, with a Sauber C7 from 1983. Fastest lap is just under 1:38. The race seems steady, not pushing too hard but staying competitive. Gymnastatigammernin 1000 Starbecks are nose to tail for 12th place. Justin Chaks and Frankenballs are also locked in a close fight for 16th. Zaprandigan and Wolf of Echo are battling it out for 20th. Blanky Frankie and the Betty White Show are nose to tail for 5th place. Gymnastatigammernin 1000 has gained 1 position and is now 12th. Wolf of Echo has also gained 1 spot and is now 19th. Wow, stank it. You really outpaced everyone else. Guess all those practice laps paid off. Nice job on winning the race. Wow, Stangit took the victory. Congratulations on that win, you definitely earned it. Now, for the lucky drivers who can claim a car, Laura Biolab was the big winner in the bet race. You get to take home a classic 1985 Sauber SHSC6 from Group C22. Nice pick. For this track, I would focus mostly on handling and cornering performance because Autodromo de Antioquia has a lot of tight turns and sharp bends. Speed is important, but being able to navigate those corners smoothly will make a big difference. Acceleration and braking capability also matter because they help you maintain control and pick up speed quickly coming out of the turns. Overall, a car that balances agility with good grip would be ideal for conquering this track. Alright folks, the clock's running out, so if you haven't picked your car yet, now's the time to get those choices in. Don't make me pick for you, or you'll be stuck with whatever the AI thinks is fashionable. Hurry up and make your selection. Hey Naibe, glad to see you back in the chat. Hope you're ready for some high-speed AI chaos on the track today. Oh, now this is a race to watch. On one side, we have Necrophantasm with a 1997 Lamborghini Diablo SV. That car is a classic, all aggressive looks, and a growl that says, "I'm here to dominate." But it's a bit older, so it might lack some of the finesse you'd want for a tight race. Then there's Dr. Felix with a 1995 McLaren F1 LM. That car is legendary, a proper performance king, with a sleek design and a history of speed records. It's more refined and probably more aerodynamic, especially on a track like Autodromo de Antioquia. Given the choice of cars, I'd lean toward Dr. Felix McLaren. It's basically a racing rocket with a history of outrunning pretty much anything in its era. But hey, never underestimate a well-driven Lamborghini Diablo. It could surprise us and unleash some serious firepower if Necrophantasm knows how to push it. So, I'll give the edge to Dr. Felix for now. But this race could flip on a dime with just a tiny mistake or a burst of adrenaline. Let the best car win. Alright folks, the race kicks off at the Autodromo de Antioquia. And leading the pack on pole is the bot Scorched Log in a classic 1992 Jaguar X J220. Looks like speed and style are the name of the game today. Scorched Log has taken an early lead, followed closely by Lotusos and Telescopebeam. Looks like the top three are already setting the pace. Vinci Co 21 is climbing to 4th place. Donguts 3 and Laura Biolab are battling for 6th. Donguts 3 just nudged ahead. Lotusos is now in first place. Dongers on the 3 has moved up to 5th. Prodigy place 58 and Dongers on 3 are nose to tail fighting for 5th. Telescopeime is climbing up to 2nd place. Bling Chicot 21 is right behind, both battling hard for that 2nd spot. Dongers on their 3 and Flinchicot 21 are nose to tail for 3rd place. Laura Biolab is climbing up to 5th place. Bees McGee is making a move into the top 10. Dongers on their 3 is climbing up to 3rd place. Flinchicot 21 and Dongers on 3 are nose to nose for that spot. Naiba is also making moves, now in 6th. Prodigy place 58 and Ikar 77 are nose to nose for 8th place. Necrophantasm just gained a spot and is now in 13. And Amy and Necrophantasm are fighting it out for the same position. Prodigy place 58 is climbing to 8th place. Dr. Felix is now in 9th after gaining 2 spots. Necrophantasm has moved up to 12th. Bees McGee is driving a 1995 McLaren F1L. Their race looks steady, sitting in the 10th spot, not making any big moves but staying in the mix. Dr. Felix just overtook someone and is now in 8th place. Amy has advanced 2 spots and is now in 11th. Bees McGee just gained a spot, now in 9th place. Amy is closing the gap on Prodigy place 58 by 1.2 seconds, so expect some action soon. Dr. Felix is climbing up to 7th place. Ikar 77 is now in 11th. Looks like some steady progress. Dongers on 3 just overtook Telescopeime and is now in 2nd place. Telescopeime is not giving up easily, staying close behind. This race is heating up for 2nd spot. Bees McGee is climbing up to 8th place. Amy is now in 12th. Looks like Bees McGee is on a roll. Dr. Felix is driving a 1995 McLaren F1LM and is currently in 8th place. Looks like they're making a steady climb up the field. Scorched Log is driving a 1992 Jaguar XJ220, known for its sleek design and impressive top speed. They are currently in 9th place, which suggests a solid but not spectacular race so far. Dr. Felix is chipping away at Naibi's lead, closing in by 1.3 seconds. Amy is climbing up to 10th place. Necrophantasm is making moves up to 12th. Dongers on 3 is driving a 1995 McLaren F1LM, starting from 8th place. They're currently in 2nd, so they've gained a few positions. Looks like they're making a solid push, but they're still chasing Lotusos at the front. Car 77 is driving a Porsche 9119993 GT, which is known for its balance and handling. Currently in the 8th place, their race seems a bit slow compared to the front runners, but they're not out of it yet. Congratulations to Lotusos for winning the race. Looks like they really showed everyone how it's done. Well-deserved victory. Wow, what a surprise! Lotusos actually pulled off the win. Congratulations to them for outmaneuvering the rest of the pack. Looks like all those hours of practice paid off. Sure thing. The 2018 Haas 50 F18 is a Formula One car that's pretty special because it was designed with a focus on simplicity and efficiency. It might not have been the flashiest car on the grid, but it had a reputation for being reliable and easy to drive, which is kind of ironic given the intense speeds it reaches. Plus, it was the first car Haas built from scratch after partnering with Ferrari, so it's like their rookie debut in the big leagues. Alright everyone, if you haven't picked your car yet, now's the time to get your choices in before the countdown runs out. Don't miss your chance to see these machines race. Well, with both drivers being a mystery, this race is pretty much a coin toss. Since they're both in the same car and on the same track, it might come down to who can handle the pressure or maybe just pure luck. I'd say the one who stays calm and keeps their cool wins, unless one of them's secretly a racing prodigy hiding in plain sight. So buckle up folks, because this is anyone's game. Alright folks, the race is underway at the Autodromo Oscar Juan Galvez Vintage Track. And look at that, Botwana Bakito is starting on pole in the 2018 McLaren M CL33. Let's see if the AI can keep up. Juana Bakito has shot off the line to take the lead. La Croissant 1980 is holding strong in second place, just behind. Flaming Buddha is in third, trying to keep up but already a bit behind the front runners. Flaming Buddha is now in first place. Unclearly Gaming and La Croissant 1980 are nose-to-nose for third. Laura Biolab has climbed to fifth, and is now battling Unclearly Gaming for fourth. Relaxed View's on the move, overtaking three cars to grab third place. Le Croissant 1980 and Relaxed View are nose to tail for third. Laura Biolab and Unclearly Gaming are locked in a close fight for fifth. La Croissant 1980 is climbing to third place. Tyler Drums 31 is now in 11th. Its Bumblebee has advanced to 14th. Unclearly Gaming is in fourth place with a Sauber C37. Looks like he's holding steady, but not making much progress. No overtake so far. Relaxed View is climbing up to third place. Bling Shakeout 21 is also making a move to sixth. Its Bumblebee and Naida are locked in a close fight for 13th. Relaxed View and Wanabakito are nose-to-nose for second place. Bling Shakeout 21 just snuck into fifth, climbing one spot. Smurf 20 and Laura Biolab are locked in a fierce duel for 7. Relaxed View just overtook someone to move into second place. Juana Baquito and Relaxed View are nose to nose for that second spot. Vinciaca 21 and La Croissant 1980 are locked in a fierce fight for 4th. Its Bumblebee is on a roll, climbing 6 places to 8. Vinciaca 21 just nudged up 1 spot to 4th. Smurf 20 and La Croissant 1980 are nose to tail fighting for 5th. Laura Biolab is climbing up to 8th place. Kilukachu is now 9th. Agrades 34 has moved into 10th. Looks like a little shuffle at the back. Vinciaca 21 is climbing up to 3rd place. Laura Biolab and Unklili Gaming are nose to nose for 7th. Vinciaca 21 just gained a spot and is now in 2nd place. Relaxed View and Vinciaca 21 are nose to tail, fighting for 2nd. Smurf 20 is climbing up to 5th, inching closer to the top 5. Relaxed View is dropping back to 9th place. Juana Baquito is climbing to 3rd. Smurf 20 is also moving up to 4th. Agrades 34 is climbing to 8th place. Naibe is now 10th. Kainagil has moved into 11th. The race is heating up. Relaxed View is driving a Haas VF18 and currently sits in 6th place. Their fastest lap is a solid 1:30.311. So they're holding steady but not exactly setting the world on fire. Looks like a pretty consistent race so far. Agrades 34 is driving a Red Bull RB14, which is known for its speed and agility. They're currently in 10th place with a decent lap time of 1:32.35. Looks like they're holding their own but might need a bit more push to climb higher. Unklili Gaming just overtook La Croissant 1980 for 5th place gap. They're nose to nose in this battle. Smurf 20 is now in 3rd place. Unklili Gaming has moved into 4th. Laura Biolab is climbing to 6th. The race is heating up. Congratulations to Blaming Buddha for taking the victory at the Autodromo Oscar Wine Galvez vintage race. Looks like they really knew how to steer their way to the top. Wow, Blaming Buddha really outdid themselves this time. Great job! You must have some secret AI driving skills that the rest of us can only dream of. Congratulations on the win. Sure thing. The Circuit de Pau is famous for its narrow streets and tight corners, making it feel more like a race through a city than a traditional track. It's also known for some serious historical races, dating back to the early 20th century. So, every time they race there, it's like watching a vintage car parade mixed with a high-speed chase. Alright everyone, the clock is ticking down. If you haven't picked your favorite car yet, now's the time to make your move before the race kicks off. Don't miss out on the chance to see your choice take on the AI in this wild race. Wow, what a matchup! We've got Shoot 'em Up in a vintage Fiat 131 Abarth, known for its nimbleness and quick turns, but maybe a bit light on horsepower. On the other hand, Naibe is rolling in a 1968 Holden Monaro, a muscle car with serious potential for speed but possibly a little less agile around tight corners. Given that Circuit de Pau is a tight, winding street course, my money's on Shoot 'em Up. The Fiat's smaller size and agility might give it the edge in navigating those tricky hairpins. But hey, never underestimate the raw power of the Monaro if it manages to unleash its muscle on the straights. It's a close call, but I'd say Shoot 'em Up has a slight advantage here, especially if they can keep it tight through those corners. Who do you think will take the win? Alright folks, we are live at Circuit de Pau, and the Group 3 race is kicking off. Leading the pack on pole is the classic 1974 Fiat 131 Abarth, driven by bot Shoot 'Em Up Touch 2. Looks like Vintage Charm is leading the charge today. Shoot 'Em Up is leading the race, followed closely by Naibe in second place, and Slipsled Gaming holding the third spot. Looks like a tight start already. Alan 656 is climbing up to 9th place. Luckyboard and Alan 656 are battling hard for that spot. Jose's Coast is also moving up to 13. Looks like the race is heating up. Lower Biolab is climbing up to 3rd place. Famaka is closing in on Slipslide Gaming, cutting the gap by 1.2 seconds. Famaka and Slipslide Gaming are locked in a fierce fight for 4th place. Ablaze is right behind Famaka now, just a second and a half separating them. They're battling hard for the 5th spot. Oxwolfei has gained 2 positions and is now in 11th place. Ablaze just overtook someone to move into 5th place. Unstabil is also climbing up, now in 6th. Famaka and Unstabil are nose to nose fighting for 6th. Famaka is climbing up to 6th place. Alan 656 is making a move to 7th. Yeti Angern is advancing to 14th. Girl of Diamond climbs to 8th place. Spear Like Hail advances to 9th. Oxwolfei moves into 10th. Looks like a little shuffle at the back. The Alfa Romeo Giulia TZ is a classic racing car, known for its lightweight design and sharp handling. Spear Like Hail is currently in 10th place, so they're hanging around the middle of the pack, but no signs of a move forward yet. Famaka just sneaked into 5th place. Ablaze and Famaka are nose to nose for that same spot. Spear Like Hail is chopping down the gap to Girl of Diamond, now just 1.4 seconds behind. Unstabil is gaining on Jade Anburn fast, closing the gap by over 6 seconds. Ablaze just moved up 1 spot to 5th. Whip 3 out 25 is closing in on Jose's Coast, chipping away at the gap by 1.4 seconds. Laura Beolab is driving a 1970 Alfa Romeo GT SC and is currently in 3rd place. Looks like they're making a steady climb from 5th, but the top 2 are pulling away. Alan 656 is really closing that gap on Famaka. Whip 3 out 25 is climbing 2 spots to 11th. Scosser Ops is making a move up 1 spot to 13th. Jadi Anburn is driving a 1970 Simca Rally 3, a small French rally car known for agility. She's currently in the middle of the pack, holding the 12th spot, but her lap times are not available yet. Shoot 'Em Up is leading in a classic Fiat 131 Abarth. They're holding a solid lead with consistent fast laps, looking like they might stay at the front for now. Shoot 'em up is holding a solid lead, but Naibe is right behind and could pounce if Shoot 'em up slips. The gap is tight enough for a late move. Hey Yumbofin, welcome back to the stream. Glad you could join us again. We've got some exciting AI car races happening right now, so sit back and enjoy the show. Girl of Diamond is creeping up on Elan 656, closing the gap by almost 2 seconds. Yeti and Burn is making a move on Old Reno, chipping away at the lead by a little over a second and a half. Shoot 'em up is holding a solid lead, but Naibe's closing in fast. Looks like a tight finish coming up. Slipsleeta Gaming is driving a 1967 Toyota 2000 GT, and currently in 4th place. Their fastest lap is significantly slower than the leaders, so they might be holding back or struggling with pace. Alan 656 is climbing up to 6th place. Spear Like Hail is also advancing to 8th. Girl of Diamond and Spear Like Hail are nose to nose for 8th position. Whitreal 25 is hot on August Wolfie's tail, closing in by almost 4 seconds. They're battling for 10th place. Meanwhile, Ewildri Eno is inching closer to Chosen's coast, trimming the gap by a little over a second. Congratulations! Looks like Shoot 'em Up just proved they're the fastest on the track. Guess all those practice laps paid off. Welcome back, Deplorable April. Glad to see you've returned just in time to witness these cars battling it out on the track. Buckle up and enjoy the chaos. Congratulations to Shoot 'em Up for winning the race. Well done on crossing that finish line first. That's quite the achievement. Now, for the drivers who can claim a car. Naibe, you got the fastest lap. That's some serious speed. You can claim the 1968 Holden Monaro, a true classic. And Lord Beolab, you did the most overtakes today. Impressive maneuvering. You can take home the 1970 Alfa Romeo GT. A C. Great job to everyone. This race was full of excitement. For this track, I would focus mostly on handling and agility. Laxid Park looks like a twisty technical course, with tight corners and sharp turns, so a car that can navigate curves smoothly and maintain control at high speeds would be crucial. Acceleration and top speed are important too. But if the car can't handle those tricky turns, it might end up swimming rather than racing. So, a balanced setup with good cornering grip and responsive steering would be my top priority here. Hey everyone, if you haven't picked your favorite car yet, now's the time. Don't let your chance to choose slip away. Hurry up before the countdown ends and the race begins. Wow, this is quite the vintage showdown. The 1962 Lotus 25 is a legendary car, known for its innovative monocoque chassis and agility. It's like the David of the race, small but mighty. On the other hand, the 1963 Brabham B3 has its unique charm and a solid racing pedigree, with a bit more raw power behind it. If I had to pick, I'd lean toward Mr. Roche in the Lotus 25 because its lightweight and nimbleness might give him an edge around Lakeside Park's twists and turns. But don't count out Kickass Lady X3. Sometimes a slightly heavier but more powerful car can make a surprise run. It's a close call, and honestly, I can't wait to see which one takes the checkered flag. Alright everyone, the race just kicked off at Lakeside Park and our star car, the TTV Jimbo Fin, is starting from pole position. It's piloting a classic 1961 Cooper T55, so let's see if this vintage beast can hold on to that lead. Yambufin has shot off the line into the lead. Drewer Falls is holding second place, and Waffling Otters is hanging on in third. Looks like a pretty tight start so far. Kickass Lady X3 has just overtaken someone to move up to 5th place. Figure 8 Sport and Kickass Lady X3 are nose to tail fighting for 5th. Wolf's Light and Gesterone, 133,796, are wheel to wheel for 8th. Deplorable is on a tier, climbing from the back to 1st place in no time. Yesterone 133,796 is also making moves, now in 2nd after overtaking 6 cars. Matrixco is charging through the field, now in 7th after overtaking 11 cars. The race is heating up. Kickass Lady X3 is on a roll, climbing 5 spots to 3rd place. Figureta Sport is also making moves, overtaking 4 cars to settle in 5th. Queen Manda is gaining ground, passing 3 cars to reach 7th. Kickass Lady X3 is now in 2nd place. Waffling Gottes has moved into 3rd. Figureta Sport is climbing to 4th. Looks like a tight battle behind the leader. Ebony Shadow is on fire, climbing all the way to 1st place after overtaking 11 cars. Dairock Official is not far behind, also making a move through the pack to take 2nd. Rocks is gaining ground, moving up 6 spots to sit in 3rd. Things are heating up at the front. Kickass Lady X3 is on a tier, taking the lead by overtaking 4 cars. Figureta Sport is not far behind, also climbing 4 spots to sit in 3rd. Queen Manda is making moves, passing 3 cars to settle in 5th. Things are heating up at the front. Oskatserod is making a move, climbing to 8th place after overtaking 3 cars. Estevan Games is also on the rise, grabbing the 10th spot with a similar move. Figureta Sport is having a tough time, dropping 11 places to 14th. Frankworthy just stormed to the front, overtaking 11 cars to take the lead. Jerk Pace is not far behind, climbing up 10 spots to sit in 3rd. Ebony Shadow is closing in fast on Laura Biola, chopping down the gap by 9/30 seconds. Kickass Lady X3 just overtook someone to take the lead. Yambofine and Waffling Otters are closing in behind, both climbing 2 spots. Looks like a tight race at the top. Queen Manda is having a rough time dropping to 12th place. Mr. Rush is climbing up to 4th place. Wolf's Light is moving up to 5th. Yambofine is right behind Kickass Lady X3 now. Looks like a move could be coming soon. Naibe is gaining on Wolf's Light, but still a bit of a stretch. X Rocks just overtook Ebony Shadow for 15th place. They're still nose to tail, so expect more drama soon. Waffling Goddess and Genbofine are neck and neck for 2nd place. Dirock Official is slicing into Ebony Shadow's lead, closing the gap by a second and a tenth. The classic F1 1960 cars are mixing speed and handling, making overtakes tricky but rewarding for the brave. Lakeside Park's tight corners favor skilled drivers over raw power, so expect some clever moves. Wolfslide is driving a Ferrari 158 from 1964, which is known for its speed and agility. They're currently in 6th place, close behind the top contenders, with a fastest lap just behind the leader. Looks like a solid race from them so far. Wow. Jambofin really took the lead and crossed the finish line first. Looks like all that practice paid off. Well done. Wow, Jambofin took the victory. Congratulations, you really put the pedal to the metal there. Looks like all those hours tuning the AI paid off. Can't wait to see what you do in the next race. For this track I would focus mostly on handling and agility. Oran Park has lots of tight corners and quick direction changes, so a car that can hug the curves and respond instantly would have the edge. Top speed is nice, but being able to navigate the twists gracefully will make all the difference. Alright folks, if you haven't picked your car yet, now's the time to make it happen before the countdown runs out. Don't let your favorite slip away just because you took too long. Get those choices in and let's see which AI masterpiece is going to dominate the track. Wow, what an exciting matchup! We've got Schmerzenlive behind the wheel of a classic Alfa Romeo Tipo 33 T12. That car is a real vintage beauty, known for its agility and racing pedigree from the 70s. On the other hand, Gabitha Minimac is racing a 1971 Ferrari 312 which is famously sleek and powerful, with a reputation for speed and style. If we're talking purely about car choice, the Ferrari 312 at BB probably has the edge in raw speed and handling potential on a track like Oran Park. But don't count out the Alfa Romeo just yet. Its lighter weight might let Schmerzenlive weave through traffic with finesse. All in all, I'd say the Ferrari might have a slight advantage here. But with these vintage machines, it's anyone's race. Let's see which driver's skills and which car come out on top. Alright folks, we've got the Group 6 race kicking off at Oran Park, and leading the pack from pole is the Bot Okinabaka car, a lovely 1973 Alfa Romeo Tipo 33 T12 Award. Classic beauty, taking an early lead. Let's see if it can hold it. Okinabaka has shot off the line into the lead. Laura Biolab is holding second, trying to keep up. Baskin Fee is in third, but expect some early battles to shake things up. Laura Biolab just took the lead, leaving everyone in her dust. Gabitha Minimac and Schmerzenlive are nose-to-nose for 6th place. Arlo Coast is climbing up to 11, and he's got a rival for 10th place in Era Special. Schmerzenlive is climbing up to 5th place. Arlo Coast has moved into 10th. Necrophantasm is now 12th. Necrophantasm is climbing up to 11th place. Wolf of Echo and Frankenballs are locked in a close fight for 13th place. The track seems to favor the Alfa Romeos with their consistent pace, keeping them at the front. The prototypes are holding steady, but the tight corners might be challenging for the older cars. Schmerzenlive and Figueireda Sport are neck and neck for 4th place. Gabitha Minimac and Hikari Hamzam are locked in a fierce fight for 6th. ER Special is closing in on Necrophantasm, chipping away at the gap. They're now battling for 11th place. Schmerzenlive is climbing to 4th place. A Special is now 11. Frankenballs has moved to 12th. Frankenbalz is climbing up to 11th place. Necrophantasm is also moving up to 12th place. Looks like they're both on the rise. Necrophantasm is driving a 1968 Porsche 908 LH Coupe. They're currently in the 12th position, just ahead of the Jaguar XJ13s. Looks like a steady race, no overtakes yet. Schmerzenlive is climbing up one spot to 3rd place. Basketten TV and Schmerzenlive are nose to nose in a fierce fight for 3rd. Basketten TV is climbing to 3rd place. Figuratispor is chipping away at Schmerzenlive's lead, now just 1.1 seconds behind. Ilocoast is driving a 1966 Jaguar XJ13, which is known for its sleek design and racing pedigree. They're currently in 11th place, but their lap time suggests they're struggling to keep pace with the leaders. Gabby is holding on to the fastest lap, but is still in 7th. He might be saving his best for last. Ilocoast is driving a 1966 Jaguar XJ13, which is known for its sleek design and racing pedigree. They're currently in 11th place, but their lap time suggests they're struggling to keep up with the pack. Laura Beolab is leading in a 1973 Alfa Romeo Tipo 33 T12 Doce. Their fastest lap is 1:12.708, just ahead of Okinabaka. Looks like they're holding a steady pace at the front. The tight corners and quick straights at Oran Park are favoring the Alfa Romeos with their agility, while the prototypes are struggling to keep pace on the straights. Necrophantasm's driving a 1968 Porsche 908 LH Coupe. They're holding steady in the 12th spot, but are a bit behind the leaders. Looks like a quiet race for now. Gabby the Minimac is in a 1971 Ferrari 312 at BB, and is currently in 7th place. Looks like they're holding steady with a decent lap time. Schmerzenlive is driving a 1973 Alfa Romeo Tipo 33 T12. They're currently in 4th place, and their fastest lap is a 1:11.857, which is pretty quick compared to most. Looks like they're pushing hard. Wow, look at that! Laura Beolab just took the top spot. Guess they're the fastest thing on 4 wheels today. Well done. Congratulations to Laura Beolab on winning the race. That's some serious driving skills right there. Well done. And a huge shout out to you Clone 194 Oklonziron Threatsugda for winning a race 7 days in a row. That's quite the streak. Plus, they earned themselves 500 request points. Looks like someone's on a roll. Keep it up. For this track, I would focus mostly on top speed and stability through the oval turns. Since it's an oval, the car needs to maintain high speeds and handle the banking smoothly without losing grip. Acceleration out of the corners also becomes crucial to keep up the pace on the long straightaways. So, a car with a strong engine, good aerodynamic stability, and balanced handling would be ideal for dominating this race. Alright folks, time's almost up. Make your picks quick or risk ending up with the car nobody wanted. Let's see which AI racer will take the victory today. Well, with both drivers being pretty much a mystery, this race is shaping up to be a true game of chance. Since they're in the same car at Twin Ring Motigai, it's really a toss-up. I'd say, let's just sit back and enjoy the chaos as either one could surprise us or crash into a wall. Either way, it's bound to be entertaining. Who needs details when you have the thrill of the unknown? Alright folks, the race is off at Twin Ring Motegi Oval, and leading the pack is the bot Renault T4 in a 2018 Chevrolet IndyCar. Seems like speed is already on display. Let's see if anyone can catch up. Renault T4 has shot off the line into the lead. Nox Exodus is right behind in second place, and Ebony Shadow is holding strong in third. Looks like a tight battle already. Rex and Sarah is on a roll, moving up 4 spots to 12th place. Nox Exodus is having a rough patch, dropping 11 places to 13. Jack Cinderbox is climbing 2 spots to 2nd place. Kingrit is on a roll, climbing to 15th place. Relaxed View is also making moves, now in 17. Ebony Shadow is having a tough time, dropping to 19. Waffling Godders is closing in on Silver Bay Gaming fast, just 11.5 seconds behind now. Lazy Towner is making a move, overtaking 3 cars to reach the 20th spot. Mr. Wolf J is also on the rise, climbing 3 positions to 23rd. Damon Zamun is climbing fast, now in 21st place after overtaking 3 cars. Let's Go is closing in on Renault T4, cutting the gap by 3.6 seconds. Looks like Let's Go and Renault T4 are locked in a fierce battle for the top spot. Exception really took a tumble, now sitting in 26th. Sputnik NZ is gaining on Let's Go, closing the gap by nearly 4 seconds. Tokidokibre is climbing fast, now in 5th after moving up 2 spots. Salmon Zamun is making a move, climbing up 3 spots to 17th. Rob Sizzle is dropping back, losing 7 places to 19th. Jack Cinderbox is on the rise, gaining 2 positions to 2nd. Rob Svizzle is having a rough time and is now 6 places behind at 25th. Let's Go is climbing steadily, and has just moved up 1 spot to take 2nd. Yak Cinderbox and Let's Go are nose to tail, fighting hard for 2nd place. Sputnik NZ is now in 3rd place. Waffling Otters is gaining on Tokidokibri, closing the gap by over a second. Silver Gaming and Waffling Otters are battling it out for 6th place. Waffling Otters just sneaked into 5th place. Rex and Sarah is closing the gap on Silver Bee Gaming, now just 3.2 seconds behind. Rex and Sarah and Silver Bee Gaming are neck and neck for 7th. Salmon Zamun is making a nice climb up to 17. Iron Cross or Wooden Cross is right behind, also gaining 3 spots to 19. Let's Go is holding the lead, just 1 step ahead. Rex and Sarah is closing in on Silver Bee Gaming fast, just 5 seconds behind now. Marty Freeze is gaining on Relaxed View, cutting the gap by over 11 seconds. Mr. Wolf J is on a roll, overtaking 3 cars to land in the 21st spot. Jackson Dabux is climbing up to 2nd place. Figureta Sport and Anonymous Nina T3 are nose to nose for 8th. Team Chinatea is making a move to 10th. Sputnik IE and Jackson DeBucks are neck and neck for second place. Tokido Kibri and Sputnik NZ are fighting hard for third. Silhouette and Relaxed View are locked in a close scrap for 16th. Sputnik NZ is climbing to second place. Silab Gaming is also moving up to 5th. Anonymous 93 and Rex Nezer are neck and neck for 7th. Tokido Kibre just overtook for 3rd place. Anonymous 93 and Rex Nezer are still nose to nose for 7th. Team Tinatea is climbing up to 10th. Sputnik NZ is gaining on Drelitsko, closing the gap by just over a second. Tokido Kibre is catching up to Sputnik NZ, shaving off a little over a second. Anonymous Ninity 3 is climbing 2 spots, and now sitting in 6th place. Tokido Kibre and Sputnik NZ are nose to nose for 2nd place. Anonymity 3 just snuck into 5th after a slick move. Waffling Godders and Rex Nezer are locked in a close fight for 7th. Wow, Drelitsko, you really showed them how it's done. Congratulations on the win. Wow, Drelitsko really outdid themselves. Congratulations on the win. That was some impressive driving, I must say. Looks like all that practice paid off. Well-deserved victory. Sure thing. Did you know that classic Indy cars were some of the first racing machines to really highlight aerodynamics? They had these big, wide wings that looked like they belonged on airplanes, helping them stick to the track at high speeds. It's like watching cars try to fly just a little bit. Alright everyone, if you haven't picked your car yet, now's the time. Don't make me choose one for you, because trust me, you won't like my taste. Get those selections in before the time runs out. Ooh, this is a classic battle of vintage machines. It's Bumblebee's 1960. Scarab Indy looks quite the beast with its racing pedigree, but the Fozzy 84's 1957 Curtis Craft 500B has that timeless charm and agility that might just surprise us all. Given the track's vintage vibe, I'd lean slightly towards the Curtis Craft, but honestly, with AI driving, anything can happen. It's going to be fun to watch these classics duke it out. Who do you think has the edge? Alright, everyone. The race kicks off at the vintage Autodromo Oscar Weingoldalde. Leading the pack at the moment is the classic IndyCars class, with Bot Lakaiju in the pole position behind the wheel of a 1957 Curtis Craft 500B. Things are already looking historic. Lakaiju has taken an early lead, with Nestek right behind in second place. Sofik is holding on to third, but expect some action soon. Nestek is now in first place. Sofik and Lakaiju are nose to nose for second. The Fods 84 has climbed to fifth. Ren Kaori just overtook someone to take fifth place. Ren Kaori and its Bumblebee are nose to nose for fourth. Dude's Mokia Blunt is climbing up to eighth. The 84 and Ren Kaori are nose to nose for fifth place. Dudes Mokia Blunt and Belthanethist are also locked in a close fight for seventh. Runner Empage is making a move, climbing up to ninth. The Fats 84 and Ren Kaori are nose to tail for fifth place. Dudes Mokia Blunt and Belthanethist are locked in a fierce fight for seventh. Rana Ranch and Dudes Mokia Blunt are battling hard for eighth. Lakaiju just took the lead, now in first place. The Fots 84 is climbing up to fifth, closing in on Ren Kaori. They're neck and neck for fifth place. The Fots 84 is on a roll, climbing 3 spots to second place. Nonstop is having a tough time, dropping 11 positions to 13. Sofia is making a move, now leading the race after gaining 2 spots. Buffini 19 is climbing up to 13th place. Iconic Odd is right behind at 14. Looks like a little push for both. Dude Smokey Ablant just sneaked into 6th place. Belthanity Beast is right behind him, both fighting for that spot. Looks like a close one. Ronnie Rampage and Belthanity Beast are nose to tail for 7th place. Buffini 19 is climbing up to 12th. Dude Smokey Ablant and Ren Kaori are nose to tail for 5th place. Looks like they're about to turn this into a photo finish. Runner Rampage and Belthanity Beast are also locked in a close fight for 7th. Someone's gonna have to blink first. Bunny Soft Doom and King Rut are battling for 10th. It's a game of inches at this point. Dude Smoke Blunt is climbing fast into 4th place. Runner Rampage is making a move into 7th. Boom 19 is inching into 11th. Looks like everyone's on the push. Buffin is on a roll, climbing to 8th place after overtaking 3 cars. Garuvnin is also making moves, jumping 3 spots to 11th. Dude Smoke Blunt is having a rough time, dropping 9 positions to 13th. Kingrud is climbing to 9th place. Nonstop is catching up to Iconic Odd, closing the gap by 1.7 seconds. Iconic Odd just sliced through the field to grab the lead. Sofik is not giving up without a fight. They're nose to nose for first. Belthanity Beast and Buffini 19 are locked in a close duel for 8th place. Wow! Zofik really took the checkered flag. Guess all that practice paid off. Well done! Wow! Zofik really pulled off an incredible victory there. Congratulations! They must have had some serious skills or maybe just a secret AI trick up their sleeve. Whatever it was, they totally earned that win. Excellent job! Sure. Did you know that the Nissan GT-R, when it was originally designed as a street car, was so advanced that it was often mistaken for a racing car just sitting on the street? In the racing world, the GT-R class actually became famous for its incredible blend of speed and reliability, making it a fan favorite. It's like the car that wanted to race before it even learned how to park. Hey everyone, the clock's ticking. Make your pick before time runs out or you'll be stuck with whatever the AI has in store for us. Get those selections in now. Ooh, tough one. The Porsche 911 GT. 2, from 1998, might be a classic with some serious handling, but the Corvette CLX R from 2006 is a beast that's built for racing. I'd say the Corvette has the edge here because of its more modern design and likely better aerodynamics and power. But hey, with AI driving, anything can happen. So buckle up, this should be interesting. Alright folks, the race is underway at Snetterton 300. Leading the pack is Bot Toadette, driving a classic 2007 Nissan 350Z GT1. Let's see if that old school machine can hold on to that top spot. Laura Biolab has shot off the line and taken an early lead. Toadette is holding strong in second place, while Max Spirally is hanging on in third. Looks like a tight battle already forming behind the front runners. Matthewsaurus Rex is storming through the field, now in second place after overtaking 4 cars. Beyond Dark Souls is also climbing fast, moving up 4 spots to 16. Ash 2 Hove and Crazy Sweetbutt are locked in a close fight for 5th place. No room for mistakes there. Ash 2 Hove is climbing to 5th place. Violetta Mama is now 6th after a 2-spot jump. Spikles has moved up to 9th, just 1 spot ahead. H2 Hova is driving a 26 Chevrolet Corvette C6R. They're currently in 4th place, holding steady, but not quite challenging for the lead yet. Oscar Wolf is climbing up 1 spot to 7th place. Crazy Sweetbutt and Oscar Wolf are nose to tail, battling for 7th. Oscar Wolf is really having a tough time dropping to 21st. Crazy Sweetbutt just climbed to 7th. Deplorable Apple moved up to 8th. Oscar Wolf is on a roll, climbing from the back to 7th place. Spackles and Village are nose to nose for 11th. Spear Like Hail and Gemaster the Gamer 9000 are locked in a close fight for 19. Skegsis the All Cree is climbing fast into the middle of the pack. Spear Like Hail and Frankenballs are also making their way up, both overtaking 3 cars each. Looks like a busy race for those 3. Oscar Wolf is closing in on Spikles fast, cutting the gap by 5.6 seconds. Violetta Mama has climbed 1 spot to 5th place. Spear Like Hail has also moved up 1 spot to 16th. Spikles is driving a 1998 T VR Speed 12 GTS. A car known for its raw power and aggressive design. They are currently in 8th place, so they're holding steady but not quite making a move yet. H2 Hove and Toadette are neck and neck for 3rd place. Violetta Mama is slicing through the field, now just 2 seconds behind H2 Hove DDT. Oscar Wolf is on the hunt for Spikles, closing the gap by over 2 seconds. Oscar Wolf is rapidly catching up to Spikles, closing the distance by over 6 seconds. Crazy Sweetbutt is gaining on Max Spirally, chipping away at the gap by just over a second. Max Spirally is holding on to 4th but struggling to keep up with H2 Hova, who's just ahead. H2 Hova looks like the favorite to stay in the top 5, unless Max Spirally pulls off a surprise. Skeksis Beaupre is racing a 2021 Chevrolet Camaro in the Trans Am class. They are currently in the 13th position and running just over 2 minutes per lap. Looks like they're holding steady but not making much progress. Unstabil is driving a 2021 Ford Mustang in the Trans Am Class Old. They're currently in the middle of the pack, just behind the top 10. Their lap time suggests they're not pushing hard or maybe struggling a bit. The GTRs are dominating with the top 2 spots and consistent lap times, showing the class's strength on this track. The Trans Am cars are lagging behind, likely struggling with the track layout or car performance. The track favors the GTR's speed and handling. Deplorably, Apple is gaining on Crazy Sweetbutt, closing the gap to just a few car lengths. Oscar Wolf is hot on G Master the Gamer 9000's tail, cutting the distance by over 3 seconds. Beyond Who Dark Souls is climbing to 14th place. Spear Like Hay and Gabby the Minimac are nose to nose for 15th. Gamaster the Gamer 9000 is catching Frankenballs, closing the gap by a second and a half. Shoebox TV and Spear Like Hail are neck and neck for 16th place. Frankenballs and Shoebox TV are fighting it out for 17th. Oscar Wolf is closing in on G Master the Gamer 9000, cutting the gap by a second and a half. Deplorably Apple and Crazy Sweetbutt are nose to nose for 7th place. Diddy is creeping closer to Cobber and has cut the gap by a second. 1. Beyond Two Dark Souls is on the hunt for Skeksis Beaupre, closing in by nearly 4 seconds. Congratulations to Laura Biolab on winning the race. Looks like all that hard work paid off. Well done. Wow! Laura Biolab really outdid themselves, didn't they? Huge congratulations. Looks like they just took the checkered flag with style. Great job! Alright, here's a fun one for you. Laguna Seca's famous corkscrew turn actually wasn't part of the original design. It was added later, in the 1950s, to spice things up and test drivers' guts. It's like the track's way of saying, hey, if you survive this, you're a true race car hero. Alright folks, if you haven't picked a car yet, now's your chance. The clock is ticking and soon these AI cars will be racing without your input. Don't miss out on the fun, get your votes in before it's too late. Oh wow, what a classic showdown. The Jaguar XJS is sleek and stylish, probably handling those curves with grace. But the Corvette C3 has that raw American muscle charm. Honestly, it could go either way. The Jaguar might have some agility, but the Corvette's straight-line power could surprise us. I'd say it's a nail-biter, but if I had to pick, I'd lean slightly towards the Corvette for that nostalgic roar. Who knows? Maybe the vintage charm will give it an edge. Alright everyone, the race is underway. Laguna Seca Vintage. And leading the pack in Group 4 is the bot Liam with the sleek 1965 Shelby Daytona on pole. Let's see if it can hold on to that lead. Laura Biolab has shot off the line to take the lead. Liam is right behind in second place, and Natural Young Lucky is holding on to third. Looks like a tight start for the top three. It's Theraper is now in 5th place, climbing 1 spot. Druo Fals has moved up to 7th place. Jacinda Box is in 9th place, also up 1 spot. Orange Funk is on a roll, climbing to 7th place. Zero Team Live is also making moves, now 15th. Laura Beolab is having a tough time, dropping 21 spots to 22nd. Laura Beolab is on a tier, overtaking 21 cars to take the lead. Nulevi is making a solid move, climbing 6 places to 6th. Naturally Yunlucky is having a tough time, dropping 7 spots to 8th. Liam is on fire, climbing from behind to 5th place. Hani 3 is making steady progress, now in 13th. Zero Team Alive is also on the move, now in 14th. K-Steflex is on a roll, climbing to 7th place. And Body Notes and Tangaducky TTV are both making moves, pushing into 8th and 9th. Looks like the pack is tightening up. Rando Booster is making a move, climbing to 8th place. Shirogamizacha and Pumpkin of Glory are right behind, both overtaking 8 cars to settle in 9th and 10th. Looks like a tight battle for the middle of the pack. Pumpkin of Glory is gaining on Perogamrazak, closing the distance by 2 seconds. Laura Biolab is on the move, cutting nearly 3.5 seconds off Pumpkin of Glory's lead. Tangaducky DTV and N-Body Notes are nose to tail for the 16th spot. Looks like a battle for bragging rights. Orange Funk is climbing to 5th place. Cased Flex is gaining on Nulavi, closing the gap by over 2 seconds. Pumpkin of Flurry is catching Psherogamrazak, also by about 2 seconds. Orange Funk is driving a 1974 Porsche 911 Carrera RSR. They are currently in 5th place and have the fastest lap time among Group 4 cars, so their race looks pretty strong so far. Hey, I Raphael. Welcome back to the stream. Glad to see you return just in time for some epic AI car racing action. Hope you're ready for some high-speed chaos. Deplorably Apple is climbing fast to 2nd place. Orange Funk just gained a spot to 4th. Timborini Tuba and Orange Funk are nose to tail for 4th position. Nulavi is climbing up to 5th place. K-Steflex is gaining on Timborghini 2, closing the gap by 3 seconds. Naturalium Lucky is moving up to 11th place. Orange Funk and its Thera pair are battling fiercely for third place. Timborghini Tuba is catching Nulavi quickly, closing the gap by a second and a half. Pumpkin of Glory is also on the move, closing in on Cheruga Marisa at the same pace. Pumpkin of Glory is gaining on Cheruga Marisa, closing the gap by just over a second. Direct Official has climbed one spot to 18. Chizandeshawa also moved up one spot to 19. Orange Funk is climbing to third place. Pumpkin of Flurry is closing in on Cheruga Marizak, cutting the gap by over 2 seconds. Drua Falls is moving up to 12th place. N-Body Notes is closing in fast on Zero Tamalide, chipping away at 8 seconds. Drua Falls is climbing up to 11th place. Jacksinda Box is also moving up to 12. Nulavi and its Therapar are neck and neck for 4th place. Druarfaus is chipping away at Pumpkin of Glory's lead, closing the gap by almost 3 seconds. Tanguduki TTV just climbed one spot to 14. Nulavi is climbing up to 4th place. It's Therapar and Nulavi are nose to tail for that position. Pumpkin of Glory is sneaking into the top 10. Wow. The FODS 84 just took the checkered flag. Looks like someone's been practicing their victory dance. Congrats on the win. Wow. Congrats to the FODS 84. You really showed those AI cars who's boss. Now, Deplorable Apple, you're on fire today. Not only did you set the fastest lap, but you also won the bet race. That means you get to claim the shiny 1969 Chevrolet Corvette C3. Well done. Looks like someone's going home with a sweet ride today. Alright everyone, it looks like we're hitting a quick pause for some stream maintenance. Just a few minutes, and we'll be right back to watch these cars race around the track. Stay tuned! Don't go anywhere and get ready for some high-speed AI action.